Happy holidays, everybody. I'm excited to share a game today that we can take some inspiration from, especially as us adult improvers. And I'll give you some real quick background here about this game. And on the right there is a drawing of my friend Phil. And Phil has been a great friend of mine now for 3 decades. It's hard to believe, but we met back in 1993, and it was shortly after I had just started playing chess, actually. And we've been friends ever since. And I actually had him on this YouTube channel one time where we talked about his chess improvement journey. And I'll put a link to that in the show description, and it'll pop up on the upper right side of the window here. So if you're interested in learning more about him and his journey, you can click on that. But um, the reason I'm excited to show this game is that Phil just went on an amazing run. He's been playing classical time control games on Lichess, and he has actually won. Well, his score is 11 and a half out of his last 13 games. 11 wins, one draw, and one loss. And so the last game in this stretch, I wanted to go through because I pulled up and looked at some of his games, and I thought this game was a beautiful game. And so I just wanted to quickly go through that, and just a little bit more background and why, to add some inspiration to this. Phil is 79 years old, and he's still working on improving in chess. But more importantly, after talking with him and I we talk a couple times a week, not necessarily about chess, but just about other things. And we've been focusing a lot on our health lately. And Phil has done a great job. He's lost a bunch of weight. He's been able to do a lot of exercise. And we've been studying how to improve our focus as well. And I think that is showing here on this run that he's going on and in the way that he's playing some of these chess games. So I find that really encouraging. At 79 years old, you can still improve significantly. You can still improve your focus and focus on the right things. It doesn't have to be all, chess studies. It can be other things that improve your chess as well. And so let's just take a real quick look at this game. It's a really beautiful game, and I'll kind of talk a little bit as we're going through it here. But just for some background, Phil plays the hyper accelerated dragon as black, and then he plays the modern defense against non e4 openings, basically. And how he tends to play this is plays it in a way that's similar to the dragon. So he gets these formations that he's used to, and he's gained some good experience in these by sticking with it, and it'll kind of show here in a little bit. So we get into this position here, and he plays c5 for his break, and then now is the moment where this small mistake by white, he's able to pounce on and take total control of the game, and not give his opponent any chances to get back in it at all. Just played it amazingly. And so now, as a dragon player, he quickly played this move because he knows this is good. Because this similar kind of theme comes up in the Sicilian dragon. And if you look at this, he's hitting the defender of this d4 pawn. And if the bishop moves away, then he gets to take on d4. So he's going to gain something. He's either going to gain the bishop pair, or he's going to gain a pawn, or both. But let's just zoom ahead a little bit here. So now white thought they would try to hang on to that bishop, not give up the bishop pair. But now black gets Phil gets a steamroller of a position here. So he takes the free pawn with tempo on the knight. Knight has to move away. Now Phil grabs more of the center with tempo again. Bishop moves away. Now he wrangles more control of the center, putting his putting his knight on a more active square, and also putting pressure on e4. So that's clearly the best move in that position. Now this is what I really like, and this I think has a lot to do with his his work that he's done on his health and focusing. And this is a move here that I find really inspirational for us adult chess improvers, because these are the kind of moves that we struggle with, right? So white makes this move, attack and Phil's knight, and it's so easy for us, especially us adult improvers, to feel like we have to respond to that threat and move away. So most people would just play knight to f6, still have a fantastic position, but Phil was still able to focus on what his strengths are in the position, and he just ignored the threat on the knight, and bam, d3, absolutely beautiful move. So not only is it a better move objectively, but it's also psychologically devastating for the opponent. The opponent makes a threat, thinks that they're going to be able to push you back a little bit, and bam, they just get rocked on their heels by this pawn fork supported by the knight. So like that, I find that not just this run that he's been on, but like finding moves like this for us adult improvers is really, really awesome. So obviously white can't lose the queen, so he moves the queen away. Phil takes the knight, knowing that after that take he's still attacking the light squared bishop. So now Phil moves away. But look at how he improved his position. Compare this position here to if Phil would have just reacted to this guy's threat and gone here. Much better position. So it kind of doesn't get any better for this guy from here on out, but we'll quickly go through it. So grabbing more material. Now he's way ahead in material, so simplifies the position, takes away the dark squared bishop, doesn't let the opponent have the two bishops, to try to play dynamically and fight his way back in the position. So Phil is like doing everything right here. Once again, notice the theme in his game, developing with tempo. So now he gets his last minor piece into the game, and once again he does it with time. Remember in the beginning of the game, maybe we'll click back through and just look at that, because that is like a really important theme in this game. And this just comes from like one mistake from the opponent, basically, and then it all unraveled. This is just beautiful. Bam. Queen is gone. Nothing to do about it. So Phil obviously goes on to just finish up the mop-up duty of the game here. But let's just go back and look. So this was just an absolutely beautiful... I'll just flip through a couple more moves, but what a stunning game. And let's just go back and look at all these tempos that Phil was able to win with development. So there, driving the knight back. There, developing the pawn from its original square, hitting the bishop. Gaining time, attacking the pawn. I know it can't be taken just yet, but it's going to be a threat real soon. Bam. With tempo. And just taking control of the position. So, awesome job, Phil. I find this very inspirational. I appreciate your friendship for the last 3 decades. And, yeah, I really enjoy working with you on health stuff. Because I feel like I'm making a lot of progress, too. So, it's really great to see this. So, anyway, I hope, other people found this inspirational as well. And happy holidays, everybody.